Upcoming indie-developed third-person military tactical shooter, Zero Six Behind Enemy Lines has opened sign-ups for its alpha testing. Based on Navy SEAL Team 6, the game is promised to feature an immersive campaign with a dark and gritty story, competitive multiplayer to go along with its single-player campaign, and a dynamic world featuring destructible environments. There isn't much information about the game at the moment, but PC players can sign up for alpha test on their website now. Warhammer Vermintide 2 finally releases and brings with it new content and fixes. The new season introduces the first chapter of the Curse of Drakenfels. Old hunts as a new area for players to quest, a new in-game shop for players to buy cosmetics, and the new in-game currency known as shillings. Fixes came in the way of balancing with Battle Wizard Kaboom, builds being specifically looked at by developer Fatchart, and a host of cooldown reduction from attacks across the board. Season 2 is free for all owners of Vermintide 2.
No one goes to Drakenfels for innocent reasons. Well, except you lot.
Blizzard's Warcraft 3 Reforge stays extremely faithful and allows the players on the classic version to play against those on the remastered version. The remaster promises new graphics and animation with 4K support and a complete overhaul of the UI. But original voice actors are kept. Reforge introduces perfection matchmaking and promises better mode support. For those wanting to play the original, there is the option of turning off all new features in Reforge and reverting back. The game is set for release on January 28th. Following on from heavy player criticism last year, Ubisoft are set to release a patch for Ghost Recon Breakpoint on January 28. Updates include receiving your night vision, canteen, or binoculars back if you lost them in an earlier patch. Also coming is a much-needed enemy all improvement that will have NPCs reacting better and taking up better positions. With the fixes comes the new Terminator live event that allows the players to earn Terminator-themed special rewards. All this as Ubisoft attempts to make a more immersive experience. Cook Serve Delicious 3 moves into early access on Steam on January 29th and takes the popular short order cooking series to the road in a heavily war-torn America in 2042. Take your menu to the road and prepare hundreds of foods in a completely new resigned gameplay. The game keeps with the fast-paced, button-smashing action the series is known for, as well as introducing new mechanics like the all-new prep stations that allows you to prepare food for customers who ordered in advance. Ballistic Craft, a unique game that is described as a bullet hell of her own making, is set to launch on Steam on February 13th. The game promises real-time battles in fast-paced action as you duel to win the tournaments of crafters using custom shots and weapons. Play the campaign in quest mode to unlock new shots or fight the players from across the world in intense PvP action that boasts infinite shot recreation and infinite battles. Team Secret overcame evil geniuses to win DreamLeague Season 13 Major in a thrilling 3-2 final. The series was close from the beginning with EG winning the first match before Team Secret won the second. EG moved to match point after taking a 2-1 lead before Team Secret once more brought the series level. The final match saw Team Secret build advantage in net worth and slowly overwhelm EG to force the GG and take the 3-2 win. The victory sees the Team Secret move third behind VC Gaming and TNC in the DPC rankings, whereas EG sit in a strong fourth place. Due to the outbreak of coronavirus, Week 2 of China's League of Legends Pro League has been delayed indefinitely. Due to take place on February 5th, the decision to delay it comes after China moved to ban large gatherings in major cities across the country and force travel lockdowns. The League of Legends Development League has also been postponed, with dates not likely to be announced until conditions and travel throughout China have returned to normal. Zain has won the first Super Major of the decade after beating Hungrybox to win Super Smash Bros. Melee Genesis 7 after competing together the night before in the Melee Doubles bracket, where they finished fifth. Zain and Hungrybox went up against each other in the final of the Melee Singles. With the match tied at 2-2, Zain took the win with a hit from Martin's sword to send Hungrybox Jigglypuff crashing out, winning the match 3-2. The win is reward for years of improvement that has seen Zain best each of his placements since entering the scene in 2015. Players can now support their favorite Call of Duty League teams in Modern Warfare by purchasing in-game team bundles. Originally announced on January 20th in a blog post, the link only sent players to error screens with no explanation as to why the bundles were not available. Now, finally in the game, the operator skins that can be purchased with the bundles are seemingly making players who use them invisible in some situations. The issue is known and is listed under multiplayer known issues, but as of yet, there has been no fix from Infinity Ward.
Infected with unknown pathogen. Blood analysis
Due to an all-time high concurrent player count, Plague Inc. saw its site go offline as players attempted to find more information on the current outbreak of the coronavirus in China. Addressing the issue, developers Endemic Creations released a statement recommending people get their information directly from local and global authorities, as well as reiterating the Plague is only a game and should be treated as such. Initially released in 2012, the game has seen more than 100 million players and continues to introduce new diseases and content.
Findings match reports coming out of China. This is highly concerning. The deceased may still be infectious.
Presenting the vessels around for today. First is the free game, which is the first-person shooter Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Also, check out our price drop games, which are Logic Boots, Mosaic, and Super Crash-Co. And for the game with the best discount available today, what we have is the action adventure We Happy Few. Check out all these amazing deals by going to the Daily Deals page at ALLKEYSHOP.com.
A possible new EverQuest game could be in the making, as hinted by Daybreak and Holy Longdale. Daybreak Game Company, previously known as Sony Online Entertainment and Variant Interactive, has split into 3 new studios. Well, the 3 are Dimensional Inc. Games, Rogue Planet Games, and Dark Po Games, and these studios are responsible for specific franchises, with EverQuest falling under Dark Po Games. It has been said that Dark Po will be leading the game into the next innovation. The very first performance patch for Monster Hunter World has been launched early this month, and Capcom was able to put out another patch to further improve the game's performance. According to the patch notes, this fixes the screen freeze with the users of certain graphics cards. Also, the improvements will address the issues with CPUs with lower core counts. This will also fix the issues that affects the user with a certain system specification. You can check out the complete list on their site. An upcoming third-person tactical shooter called Zero Six Behind Enemy Lines will have an alpha test and sign-ups are available right now. The game is a combination of action-packed shooting mechanics from a third-person perspective and tactical elements. It will also come with a distractible environments as well as a dynamic time of day system, so both a single-player campaign and a competitive multiplayer mode will also be available. No exact launch date is available for the game right now.
There where to
Huge changes came with the new Dota 2 patch 7.24. The patch actually dropped during the DreamLeague Season 13 major tournament, and this includes a dedicated neutral item slot, the removal of shrines, outposts moved to primary jungles, the addition of Void Spirit and Snipfire to the Captain's mode, the removal of the GPM talents and the increase of the hero respawn time, and the buybacks as well as a rework of the courier. Doom Eternal is not going to have an in-game store, nor it will have any microtransactions. This has been announced by the game's creative director Hugo Martin. Players will be able to unlock skins for Doom Slayer by just using XP, and that is the only resource that players would need. Martin even emphasizes that the cosmetics won't have any bearing on the Doom Slayer skill, and Doom Eternal is set to launch in March 20th, available for $60. The Deluxe Edition art book of The Last of Us Part 2 has been announced. The art book is created by Dark Horse Books and is now available for pre-order at Amazon. This will come with an alternate cover as well as a slipcase that features Ellie playing the guitar. It also comes with a beautiful lithograph. Well, for the artwork itself, we are not sure what the contents are or how many pages it will be. And all we know is that the Deluxe Edition art book is priced at $90. Capcom explains that the asymmetric multiplayer spin-off called Resident Evil Resistance that is bundled with Resident Evil 3 Remake doesn't really fit into the story of the Resident Evil universe. Resident Evil 3 producer Peter Fabiano said that the game is basically set in a raccoon city with scenarios that make it impossible to fit in the actual timeline. This means that Resistance is purely thematic, having familiar enemies and familiar locations, but is different from RE universe. DICE has a new update coming for Battlefield 5 called Into the Jungle, and this will actually be the first big update for the year 2020. The update can be expected for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and this new update follows the Year 2 edition, which was also a huge update that came with the most of the first year content that has 4 vehicle skins, 10 weapon skins, 2 epic soldier outfits, 4 vehicles, as well as 17 primary weapons.
We're doing this based on 2 things.
The originally planned free-to-play game Torchlight Frontiers has been overhauled and is now known as Torchlight 3. Extra Games CEO Max Schaefer said that during the game's development, they discovered that it is actually a true successor to Torchlight 1 and 2. While this has been realized based on the feedback of the game's alpha testers, Torchlight 3 will be getting a linear progression system and is set to launch this summer on Steam.
Tell you today that we will be releasing on PC in 2020. Change the way you go through it, the pacing, the monsters you fight. We made so many great new changes that you're going to have to get and all of it is possible because of the great input we've gotten from our alpha testers. They've given us constant feedback from the very beginning of this journey, and I think it's made the game a whole lot better than it was before. So I want to say thank you to the alpha testers, thank you to everyone who's been following along.
Hey, Mr. Freeman.
It looks like Block Mesa, which had been in development for almost a decade, is coming out of Steam Early Access. The game had been in early access phase since 2015, and with it being almost finished, we will be seeing a 1.0 version very soon. Some changes in the public beta had been revealed by Crowbar Collective so that it can be tested before the game officially launches. Just right after the launch, the team is already setting up for a 1.5 version. Bethesda's finally found a way to restore the stolen goods caused by hacker that was able to pinch entire inventories in Fallout 76. First of all, the exploit had already been fixed, so there won't be any more incidents of stealing. Next, to restore the lost items, Bethesda made a pre-theft character clone that you would have to meet up with the help of a customer service agent from Bethesda to make the transfer. In addition, 8,250 items will be credited to you for all the trouble. Presenting the best deals around for today, first up is the free game, which is the first-person shooter Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Also check out our project games, which are the Logic Boats Mosaic and Super Crash KO. And for the game with the best discount available today, what we have is the action adventure We Happy Few. Check out all these amazing deals by going to the daily deals page at ALLKEYSHOP.com.